India's trade diplomacy in 2025, a year of strategic deals, global friction, and economic realignment. By mid 2025, India's foreign policy had unmistakably pivoted toward one central axis trade. In a year marked by tariff wars, geopolitical recalibration, and renewed economic nationalism across the world, New Delhi navigated a complex global terrain by aggressively expanding its network of free trade agreements, even as it grappled with punitive duties imposed by the United States. From landmark agreement with developed economies to stalled negotiation with traditional partners, 2025 emerged as one of the most consequential years in India's modern trade diplomacy. At the start of 2025, India had three operational FTAs with the United Arab Emirates, Mauritius, and Australia, while a fourth agreement with the European Free Trade Association awaited ratification. What followed over the next 12 months was an unmistakable acceleration. India announced or concluded three new trade agreements, moved decisively closer to a deal with the European Union, and opened negotiation with multiple advanced economies, signaling its ambition to embed itself deeper into global value chains. This momentum, however, unfolded against the backdrop of escalating trade tension with the United States, where early optimism gave way to stalled talks and punitive tariff. The year began on a hopeful note when Prime Minister Narendra Modi visited Washington in February, announcing negotiation for a first tranche of a bilateral trade agreement with the US. The initiative was widely interpreted as an attempt to wrest trade relations strained by protectionist measures under President Donald Trump. Yet optimism faded quickly despite India submitting what it described as the final offer. Talks stalled. Washington proceeded to impose a 25% tariff on Indian imports, followed by an additional 25% penalty tied to India's continued purchase of Russian oil, despite New Delhi scaling down imports after sanctions were imposed on Russian energy giants Rosneft and Lukoil. Prime Minister Modi's visit to Oman earlier this month culminated in the signing of a comprehensive economic partnership agreement. It's India's second such pact in West Asia after the UAE deal. Under the agreement, Indian exporters will gain duty-free access to 96% of tariff lines, with additional reduction phased in over time. Bilateral trade, currently valued at $10.61 billion, is expected to expand rapidly. As 2026 approaches, India's trade agenda shows no signs of slowing, and India EU FTA is widely expected to be announced early next year, potentially marking India's most consequential trade deal to date. Talks are also advancing with Canada, while negotiations are underway to expand existing agreement with markers and Shal. New discussions with Israel and the Eurasian Economic Union are slated to gain momentum even as the elusive US trade deal remains unresolved.
Thank you so much for watching this video. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe.